CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to make this easy peasy, beautiful little crochet basket. And we're going to be using the pattern for my rabbit border, and I will be linking that in the description box below. But yes, you just take this little border and sew it right around the basket, and it's just cute as can be. And you can just fill it with wonderful little goodies or candies for anyone. So let me just go ahead and tell you the materials that I used for this. I'm going to be using an 8mm hook for the basket, and then you can look in the description for this, how to do the border, and it'll tell you all the materials for the border. But I will explain the little ending here, which I used a 4.25mm hook for that. And yeah, and then I actually used some Dollar Tree yarn to make this basket. So I was really excited about that. I think it worked up great. I did use 2 strands for this, and it is the cream colored from Dollar Tree that I used, but you can use any yarn that you wish. I would just use something like Red Heart or Mainstays, Hobby Lobby, the cheaper yarn that they have there. Just an acrylic yarn that's doubled really works well for baskets because they keep their rigidity. And so it's not so soft that it just collapses. Okay, so this is a time when you really want to use those cheaper, full acrylic yarns. They work great for baskets. Okay, so let's get into the video. Okay, so like I told you, I'm using 2 strands of yarn, okay? So definitely do that unless you've got a thicker yarn that you want to use for this. Just remember, you want that it to be a really sturdy yarn, okay? So we're going to make our magic circle first. Okay, just like this. Then we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to work 10 single crochets around our magic circle. So 1, 2, 3, and 10. So just so you know, I'm pulling the yarn out of 2 skeins at the same time. That's how I'm doing the 2 strands. But you could always use 1 thing of yarn and make it into balls and do it that way, however you wish to do it. Then I'm going to pull tight on my magic circle, just like that. And then I'm going to go into my first stitch here, and I'm going to slip stitch to join, just like that. So I've got my little circle here. You can pull tight if you want. And then we're going to chain 1, which you're going to do for every round here, or row here. And then you're going to go right back into the same spot, and you're going to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And then you're going to do 2 all the way around in each stitch for a count of 20. So go into your next stitch and do 2. Your next stitch and do 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12, 13, and 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, and 20. Okay, and then you're going to join right to your first single crochet, not to the chain 1, but to the actual single crochet. So if you get confused, you can always count back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I know I need to work right here into this space right here. Remember, you can also use a stitch marker if you need to, okay? So now we've done that. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do one round of just regular single crochet. So after you chain 1, go right into that same place, do a single crochet, and then do single crochets all the way around. And so you should still have a count of 20. Okay. So we've done our single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And so we're going to go into our first single crochet here. And we're going to do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 1 again. Now we're going to do another row of single crochets, but in this row we're going to work in the back loops only. And this is just to define our base from our basket. Okay, so we're going to go right into this stitch right here. So it's the one that's still into the slip stitch. You're going to work into the back loop only and do a single crochet. So there's 1, and do that going all the way around. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see what's happening here. You see the line right here. This is what you want to see as it's going around. It's just leaving it to where you can see the base. Okay. So you can see the 2 V's here, and you're working through the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and our last one, 20. Okay, now remember right here it looks almost like you have another stitch to work into, but remember that's our fake stitch. So you can tell if you look really closely that there's a stitch coming through there. Okay, so you know you don't need to work into that one, so just please pay close attention. Okay, so now we're going to go through our next stitch, our first single crochet, and do a slip stitch just like that. Then you can pull this way if you'd like, and you can see the line there. Okay. And so as it flattens out, that's the way it's going to look, okay, for the bottom of your basket. Now you're going to chain 1, and in the same spot that you just slip stitched into, you're going to do 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet. And in the next stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet for a count of 3. And in your next stitch, you're going to put 2 single crochets. So we're working through both stitches now. And again, in our next 3 stitches, a single crochet. And then in the next 2. So that's your repeat for this round. 3 single crochets, and then in your next stitch, 2 single crochets. So again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2. And again, 1, 2, and 3, and then 2. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2. Okay, and now you're right back here at the beginning, and just like you've been doing, you're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, just like that. And now you should have a stitch count of 24. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, put a single crochet in the same spot, and just do single crochets all the way around. And you're going to do that for 6 rows. Okay, so in total you should have 11. So just single crochets all the way around. Just like this. And do it for 6 rows. Okay? Just like that. So when we get done with when I get done with these 6 rows, I'll meet you back up again. Okay, so we've done our 6 rows of single crochets here, and we've completed our basket, except that we need our edging, which is this that goes around the top here, and that's just a reverse single crochet, and a lot of people use these for baskets. So you still want to chain 1, and then you're going to go right into the previous stitch before to work a single crochet. So normally you would just go into this next stitch, you know, do a single crochet like normal, but now you're just going to go behind. So I like to hold my forefinger on my loop like this, and then I just kind of move it a little bit out of the way, and then I put my hook through there, pull up, and do a single crochet. And it just twists it and makes it look really cool. So this is a great effect for baskets. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way around, just like this. And remember, I'm still using my double yarn here. Okay, so just keep doing that all the way around, and when we get close to the end, I'll show you how to end it. Okay, so we're at our last stitch here. So you're just going to keep going like you would. Go through there, pull up, and pull through. Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to tie off now. You're not going to slip stitch into the next spot or anything, because I'm going to show you how to work this in to where it looks like it would just keep going on and on, okay? So just pull up on your loop, cut off your double threads, okay? And then tie off and pull through, just like this. And it looks really odd, like it's not complete or finished. But once you sew this down and on, it's going to look just like it was kept going, okay? So I'm going to take my double yarn here, and I'm going to thread them both through my darning needle. I need a bigger darning needle, but that actually went on pretty smoothly. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over here. So I'm going to go over into this side and down under and pull through just right here, just like this. And that's just going to make it look like it just keeps going around and around. And then I'm going to take this piece and go up over the top like this, because that even looks more so like it's just keep going. So there's no break in our little reverse single crochet here. And then I'll just go right back through to this side. And then I can work this in like I normally would. I would work this in 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And then I can cut off. Okay. And then you would need to also work in the yarn on the inside of your basket from your magic circle there. Okay. So here we have our little basket here. Just cute as a button. Looks really good. And working that in like that really makes it just seamless and go all the way around. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to make the little handle for this basket. Super easy stuff. So let's move this to the side. We're still using our double yarn here. So you're just going to make a slip knot and you're going to chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then I want you to do 2 more single crochets. Chains, 2 more chains. And then in the 3rd chain from the hook, I want you to put a half double crochet. Just like that. And then you're going to half double crochet all the way down into each stitch. Okay. And this is just going to give us a nice sturdy handle for our basket. So just all the way down, half double crochets. Okay. So just keep doing that. When you get to the end, I'll meet you back up again and I'll show you how to put this on your back. Okay, so we're on our last stitch here, our last half double crochet. So I'm going to work that in. Okay, and then I'm going to pull tight, and I've got these 2 pieces down here I can use as well, but I'm just going to cut off long pieces because we're going to need to sew this on. So then I'm going to go through just like this, pull tight. Okay. And then I'm going to take one strand of this that I just pulled through because we did the double strands, and I'm going to work it back up through my project so I don't have to bring in more yarn. Now you can do that if you want, but to sew this on, I just don't want to have to bring in new yarn. So I'm just going to go through, put this on the darning needle, and I'm just going to sew this in all the way back to the other side. I'm not going to pull too tight, but I'm just going through just like this. And this is why you want to leave a long string. So that you can work it through and have it for the other side to have something to sew on to your basket. So I'm just going through. You're not going to be able to see this. Okay? All right. And now I've got strands on both sides to sew on. Okay, so what I need to do now, I've got this strand on either side, so now I need to sew these two in. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these two in off camera, and then I'm going to show you how to sew that onto your basket. Okay, so now I'm going to sew my handle on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take one of my strands of yarn that's hanging from my handle. I'm going to put it onto my darning needle, go ahead and get it ready. And then I'm going to place this exactly where I want it. So I just am going to put it on the inside, just about right here. I don't want it to go too far down, so I lose my handle. So I'm just going to put it right there. And then I'm going to take my darning needle. Okay, and I'm just going to catch the ends here. And then I'm going to go back up through the handle like this. Just like that. Okay? And that's all you need to do for that. And then you work in your ends. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to make sure this does not come undone. And then you can cut off, and you got that side complete. So now we're going to sew on the other side. So we're going to place this strand onto our darning needle. And then you're going to find your other side that you want to work into. So I'm going to place it right on the other side, just like this. And then just like I sewed in the other side, I'm going to sew this side in together the same way. Okay, so I'm just going to go down a little bit into my basket. Sorry, I was off camera. And then I'm just going to sew it in. Just like that. Okay, and then again, I'm going to work in my ends. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to cut off. And now we've got our little handle on our basket perfectly. Okay, so that's exactly what we want. Just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how, I'm going to talk to you about this border, okay? So what I did was, like I said, I'm going to link in the description below how to do the rabbit border, okay? It's really easy. It's not hard to do. And it's in there, and it'll show you exactly what to do. But I do want to tell you the count I used for this little edging that I put around, okay? So I used the Baby Sport yarn by Bernat, and I used my 4.25 millimeter hook, and I chained 45, okay? And then I went back and did half double crochets, and I did 2 rows of half double crochets, and then I brought in and did 1 row of the light Bernat light pink color. It's the same kind of yarn, and I'll leave that in the description below. And then I worked my border, and then I just sewed it around the end of my basket. Okay, so for instance, I have one here, but it's a lot bigger that I used for another video. Okay, so this one is way too big. Normally you would only need, like I showed you in this one, you would only need about that much, okay, because you don't want it to be too big for your basket. But you would just place it around the ends just like this, and then fold over like that. And then you would sew this together here at the bottom and to the basket so it would stay. And then here at the top, you might need to make a few, like right here at the head, you might need to sew that into place as well. But it turns out just really cute, really beautiful, cute little basket. And I know that you can do it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below on YouTube. And of course, you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can also find me on TikTok and at Big Red Art. Because that includes both my channels. I have another channel, a painting channel, which you can also find in the description box below. And if I didn't mention it already, I have a Gmail. So yeah, you can find me at all different kinds of places. Share your pictures with me. I would love to see your finished rabbit borders and your finished baskets. It's almost Easter. Easter is so much fun. Great time to have with family. So anyways, yeah, so let me know what you think about it. Please like, share this video. It helps so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.